Creative Thinking: How to Think Outside the Box. Written by Kelvin W. Nathan. Published by Audiobooks Office. Introduction. Creative Thinking: How to Think Outside the Box is your essential guide to breaking free from the conventional boundaries of thinking. In this book, you will discover the tools and techniques that can transform you into a creative powerhouse, enabling you to unlock innovative solutions and see the world through a lens of limitless possibilities. As you journey through these pages, you will learn that thinking outside the box is not a talent bestowed upon a select few, but a skill that can be cultivated and mastered with the right approach. The guide starts by challenging the common misconceptions about creativity. It's not just for artists or so-called creative types, it's a vital skill in any field, from business to education to science. You will explore the psychological barriers that typically restrict our thinking, such as fear of failure, bias, and rigid patterns of thinking, and learn practical strategies to overcome them. The book encourages you to embrace risk, experiment more, and welcome the unknown as part of your creative process. Each chapter is packed with actionable tips and exercises designed to push your thinking beyond traditional frameworks. You'll engage in thought experiments, play with ideas through brainstorming sessions, and learn to employ lateral thinking techniques that provoke unexpected insights. The book also incorporates case studies from different industries, showing how renowned leaders and innovators have successfully applied outside-the-box thinking to revolutionize their fields. Furthermore, creative thinking delves into the importance of fostering an environment that encourages creative risk-taking. You will learn how to set up physical and mental spaces conducive to creativity, how to collaborate with others to expand your perspectives, and how to cultivate a mindset that embraces curiosity and inquisitiveness. As you apply the lessons from this book, you will notice a transformation not only in how you think, but in how you approach problems and challenges. By the end, you will be equipped to generate ideas that are not only original but also highly effective, giving you a competitive edge in any endeavor. Whether you're looking to revamp your professional career, enhance your personal projects, or simply bring more innovation into your day-to-day life, Creative Thinking: How to Think Outside the Box offers a comprehensive toolkit to refresh your mental processes and reawaken your innate creativity. Ready to dismantle the box and reshape your reality? Let's unleash the creative thinker within you. Now, you've probably been told you need to think outside the box, but how exactly do you do that? It's not as elusive as it may seem. By embracing curiosity, challenging biases, and fostering a growth mindset, you can start to rewire your brain for creative thinking. This is just the beginning, though. There are practical strategies you can adopt and certain habits you can build. Curious to learn more about how you can cultivate this vital skill and come up with innovative solutions? Stay with me as we journey through this compelling topic. For more information about the ebook version of this audio, check the video description or visit audiobooksoffice.com. We noticed that 69% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. Chapter 1. Embrace Curiosity and Wonder. Embrace the art of curiosity and wonder in your life. It's a simple concept, yet it's a powerful tool in the domain of creative thinking. Let's break it down, shall we? Think about when you were a child. You'd probably ask countless questions, mess around with toys, and explore new environments without fear. That's curiosity and wonder in action. It's the drive to understand and marvel at the world around you. As you grow older, you might have pushed this childlike curiosity to the back of your mind, but it's never too late to bring it back. Rekindle your sense of curiosity. Start asking questions again. Why do things work the way they do? What if things were different? How can you make a positive change? These questions will push you to think outside the box, to see possibilities where others see dead ends. Next, reawaken your sense of wonder. Look around you. Isn't it amazing how the world works? From the tiniest ant to the biggest skyscraper, everything has its purpose and beauty. This sense of wonder will open your mind to new ideas and perspectives. But how do you do this practically? Start by being observant. Pay attention to the details. Ask questions. Don't just accept things as they are. Look for connections, patterns, and relationships. Be open to learning, to seeing things from different angles. Embracing curiosity and wonder isn't just about creative thinking. It's about living a fuller, richer life. Chapter 2. Challenge assumptions and biases. In the domain of creative thinking, challenging your assumptions and biases is key. It's about thinking differently, stepping out of your comfort zone, and questioning everything you've taken for granted. Consider this: you're a fish in a tank. You've only known the constraints of that tank. But what if you could leap out of that tank? What if there's an entire ocean out there waiting for you? That's what challenging assumptions is all about. It's about asking why or why not, and not settling for the status quo. Now, let's talk about biases, those little preconceived notions that cloud your judgment. You've got to be aware of them. Acknowledge them for what they are: barriers to your creativity. You're human, and it's natural to have biases. But don't let them limit you. Instead, use them as a starting point for questioning and exploration. Try this exercise: write down your most deeply held beliefs about a particular topic. Now, challenge them. Ask yourself, how did I come to believe this? Is there evidence to support this belief? Could there be other perspectives? Diversifying your perspective is like opening a door to a room filled with creative ideas. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing different viewpoints. It's about challenging your own ideas and welcoming the thoughts of others. You see, when you're locked into one way of thinking, you're limiting your creative potential. You're viewing the world through a single lens, missing out on the vibrancy and richness it has to offer. By diversifying your perspective, you're shaking things up, shifting your focus, and exploring new territories of thought. How can you cultivate a diverse perspective? Start by embracing diversity in all its forms. Surround yourself with a variety of people, those who think differently, live differently, and see the world differently. Listen to their stories, learn from their experiences, and absorb their wisdom. You'll find that these different viewpoints can spark fresh ideas, trigger innovative solutions, and fuel your creative thinking. Challenge yourself to learn new things and explore unfamiliar grounds. Read books on various subjects, attend seminars outside your field, travel to different places. Each new experience broadens your horizons, adding new dimensions to your perspective. Chapter 3. Engage in divergent thinking. Tap into your mind's potential by engaging in divergent thinking. This kind of thinking, often associated with creativity, allows you to explore many possible solutions to a problem instead of focusing on one single answer. It's about allowing your thoughts to go off in different directions, to wander and explore rather than converging on one fixed point. Start by challenging the status quo. Ask what if and why not instead of what is. Don't be afraid to question established norms and conventions. You're not being rebellious, you're being inventive. The more you question, the more you'll discover. Next, try brainstorming. It's a classic divergent thinking tool. The rule here is there are no bad ideas. Allow your mind to roam freely, jotting down every idea that pops into your head, no matter how outlandish it may seem. The aim isn't to find the perfect solution immediately, but rather to generate a wealth of ideas that you can later sift through and refine. Finally, embrace ambiguity. Divergent thinking thrives in the domain of the uncertain, the unclear, and the undefined. Chapter 4. Leverage cognitive flexibility. Flex your mental muscles by leveraging cognitive flexibility. This isn't some cryptic riddle, it's your secret weapon for thinking outside the box. Cognitive flexibility is about shifting your thinking rapidly from one concept to another, or adjusting your thinking from old situations to new ones. It's the mental agility you need to juggle multiple thoughts or to view things from different perspectives. So how can you boost this mental agility? Begin by challenging your assumptions. You've got preconceived notions, we all do. Now's the time to question them. Why do you think the way you do? Are there other ways to perceive the situation? Next, diversify your experiences. Step outside your comfort zone. Explore new environments, cultures, and disciplines. You're not just sightseeing, you're stretching your mind, training it to adapt to new situations. Try to reframe problems as well. Instead of seeing a roadblock, see it as a stepping stone to something better. This shift in mindset can lead to innovative solutions you'd have never reached otherwise. Lastly, practice mindfulness. It's not about emptying your mind, but about being fully present and open to new ideas. It's amazing what you can discover when you're truly in the moment. Often the best ideas emerge from playful experimentation. You've probably experienced it yourself. In the midst of casual play, a light bulb moment arises. Why? Because when you're experimenting playfully, your mind is free from the constraints of right or wrong, possible or impossible. You're in a mindset that encourages exploration and discovery, which is a fertile ground for innovative thinking. Now, how do you foster this playful experimentation? Simple. You've got to give yourself permission to play. Don't worry about the outcome or how others might judge your ideas. In this space, there's no such thing as a silly idea. Remember, creativity thrives in an environment where judgment is suspended and freedom of expression is encouraged. Next, turn your environment into a playground for your mind. Surround yourself with stimuli that provoke thought and spark curiosity. This could be anything from an intriguing book or a thought-provoking movie to a stimulating conversation with a friend. Lastly, always keep an open mind. When you're playing with ideas, don't rush to conclusions or dismiss anything outright. Let your thoughts flow freely, make connections where none seem to exist, and dare to venture into the domain of the absurd. Chapter 5. Reframe problems creatively. Every problem you face is actually an opportunity in disguise. It's a chance for you to flex your creative muscles, to explore new perspectives, to see things differently. And that's where the idea of reframing problems comes in. It's not about denying the existence of obstacles or difficulties. It's about changing how you perceive them. Reframing problems creatively is a powerful tool in your creative thinking arsenal. Instead of seeing a problem as a roadblock, consider it a challenge to overcome, a puzzle to solve, or a question to answer. This shift in mindset can spark new ideas, stimulate innovative solutions, and propel you towards success. Let's say you're tasked with increasing your company's sales, but you're stuck in a rut. Instead of viewing this as a problem, reframe it as an opportunity to discover new sales strategies, to explore different customer segments, or to innovate your products or services. You're not just solving a problem, you're creating value and driving growth. The secret to successful reframing is to ask the right questions. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of "Why can't I do this?" ask, "What can I do to make it possible?" Reframing problems creatively isn't just about changing your mindset. It's about changing your reality. It's about reaching beyond the obvious, pushing past the conventional, and finding the extraordinary in the ordinary. Chapter 6. Explore unusual connections. Delving into the domain of unusual connections can open up a whole new world of creative possibilities for you. It's all about looking beyond the obvious and finding links where others don't. Imagine you're a detective piecing together clues that at first glance seem unrelated. It's an exciting mind-bending exercise that can lead to surprising insights and ideas. First, you've got to challenge the norms. Stop seeing things as they are and start imagining what they could be. You've seen a bird and a plane, but did you think of a plane when you first saw a bird? Probably not, but someone did, and that's how we got to airplanes. That's the kind of thinking you need to cultivate. Next, you need to embrace the absurd. The most innovative ideas often seem ridiculous at first. Remember, people laughed at the idea of the internet too. So don't be afraid to combine the uncombinable, imagine the unimaginable, and see the unseen. Finally, practice lateral thinking. This means exploring all avenues, not just the most obvious or logical ones. This can lead you to connections that others might miss. For instance, what does a pineapple have to do with a house? Not much at first glance, right? But if you think laterally, you might think of the sharp exterior protecting the soft interior, just like a house protects its inhabitants. In a nutshell, exploring unusual connections isn't about being logical or practical. It's about being imaginative, open-minded, and a little bit daring. Chapter 7. Utilize mind mapping techniques. From exploring unusual connections, let's now broaden your creative horizon even further by harnessing the power of mind mapping techniques. Imagine your mind as a sprawling city with ideas, thoughts, and concepts being houses, streets, and neighborhoods. Mind mapping is the act of creating a tangible map of this city, a visual representation of your thoughts. Start with a central idea or problem, say innovation. Write it down in the center of a sheet of paper and circle it. This is your city center. Now let your mind wander freely. Every related thought, concept, or idea is a new neighborhood branching out from the center. Draw lines connecting these thoughts to the central idea, creating a web. Don't limit yourself, let your mind wander. You might find surprising connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. For example, you might connect innovation to art, then branch off art to color, and remember that color can be a powerful marketing tool. Suddenly, you've discovered a new creative way to approach marketing in your business. Mind mapping isn't a linear process. It's a free-flowing, dynamic tool that allows you to visualize and understand the complex network of your thoughts. It's a technique that fosters creativity by encouraging you to explore every possible avenue of thought. Chapter 8. Apply lateral thinking strategies. Innovation isn't just about coming up with new ideas, it's about seeing old things in new ways. That's where lateral thinking comes into play. Lateral thinking is a method of problem solving that encourages you to approach issues in an innovative manner, using reasoning that isn't immediately obvious. Start by questioning the status quo. Conventional thinking often limits our perspective. Break free from that mold and ask yourself, what if? What if there's a better way? A different approach? The answer might surprise you. Next, try to flip your problem on its head. This is called the reversal technique. Rather than thinking about how to do something, consider how you could prevent it. This approach often leads to unique resolutions that you wouldn't have considered otherwise. Use analogies. Drawing comparisons between unrelated things can provide a fresh perspective. Look for patterns, parallels, and connections. They can give you new insights into your problem, leading to innovative solutions. Finally, remember to embrace randomness. Sometimes the best ideas come when you least expect them. Introduce random stimuli into your thought process. It could be a word, an image, or a concept. This can jolt your mind out of its usual patterns, leading to truly creative ideas. Chapter 9. Foster a growth mindset. Having explored lateral thinking, it's clear that stepping outside of conventional thought patterns is key to innovation. But what's the fuel that drives this unconventional thinking? It's a growth mindset. You might ask, what's a growth mindset? Well, it's a belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. It's the secret sauce that transforms ordinary thinkers into creative giants. You see, a growth mindset isn't just about effort. It's about learning to love the process, embracing the challenges, and seeing failure not as evidence of unintelligence, but as an opportunity for growth. It's about believing that you can improve, rather than saying, I'm not good at this, so how do you foster a growth mindset? Start by embracing challenges. When you're faced with a difficult task, don't shy away. Instead, see it as an opportunity to stretch your thinking muscles. Remember, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be willing to try, to fail, and to try again. Second, persist in the face of setbacks. Don't let a single failure define you. Instead, use it as a stepping stone to your next success. Think of it this way: every failure is one step closer to success. Lastly, learn to love the process. Don't just focus on the end goal. Instead, take pleasure in the journey. After all, it's the journey that makes the destination worthwhile. Chapter 10. Leverage sensory inspiration. Dive right into the world around you for a jolt of sensory inspiration. Tap into the creative potential hidden in the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and tactile sensations that surround you every day. You're not just a passive observer, you're an active participant in the world's sensory symphony. Begin by closing your eyes, focusing on your breath, and tuning into the soundscape enveloping you. Maybe you'll pick up on a rhythm you hadn't noticed before, or a melody in the mundane. These auditory clues can spark new paths of thought, leading to innovative solutions. Next, awaken your sense of touch. The texture of your clothes, the coolness of your drink, the warmth of the sun on your skin, all these tactile experiences are brimming with potential inspiration. They're tangible reminders of the world's diversity and complexity, which can stimulate you to think in novel ways. Then, explore the world of scents and tastes. The aroma of coffee, the tang of citrus, even the scent of rain-soaked earth, each carries its own story, its own set of associations. Use these olfactory and taste cues as springboards into creative thought. Finally, open your eyes and drink in your environment. Notice the play of light and shadow, the contrast of colors, the dance of movement. Visual stimulation can incite a whole new perspective, a fresh way of seeing things that can redefine your approach to problem solving. Chapter 11. Embrace ambiguity and uncertainty. Ever grappled with the gray areas of life? You know, those unpredictable, uncertain moments that don't fit neatly into a box. This is where creative thinking thrives. So let's plunge headfirst into ambiguity and uncertainty, shall we? It's normal to fear ambiguity. It's human nature to seek the comfort of certainty, the safety of well-trodden paths. But here's the thing: creativity isn't about safety. It's about exploration, about daring to venture into the unknown. It's about embracing uncertainty and seeing where it leads you. Think of ambiguity as a blank canvas. It's an invitation for you to paint your own picture, to shape your own narrative. It's a chance for you to experiment, to try different approaches, to see what works and what doesn't. And yes, this means you might fail, but that's okay. Failure is just another word for learning. So how do you embrace ambiguity? Start by reframing it. Don't see it as a barrier, but as an opportunity. Let go of the need for immediate answers, and instead, savor the process of discovery. Ask open-ended questions. Challenge your assumptions. Remember, there are no wrong answers in creative thinking, only new perspectives. When you embrace ambiguity, you open the door to infinite possibilities. You free your mind from the constraints of conventional thinking, allowing you to explore fresh, innovative ideas. So next time you're faced with uncertainty, don't shy away. Embrace it. Delve into it. Who knows what amazing ideas you'll uncover? Chapter 12. Encourage collaborative ideation. Now that you're exploring the uncharted waters of ambiguity, let's add another layer to your creative thinking: collaborative ideation. This isn't about just brainstorming ideas with others. It's about building on each other's ideas, pushing boundaries, and creating something unique and innovative. It's like a mental jam session, where everyone contributes their unique perspectives and skills to create a harmonious end result. To encourage collaborative ideation, you've got to foster an environment of trust and openness. Remember, there are no bad ideas in a brainstorming session. You're looking for quantity over quality at this stage. The goal is to ignite sparks of inspiration, not to shoot down ideas. Create a safe space where everyone feels comfortable sharing their wildest and most outlandish thoughts. Next, encourage diversity. The more varied the group, the more diverse the ideas. People from different backgrounds, cultures, and experiences will bring unique perspectives to the table.